Hey there, beautiful soul. Before we begin, I want to ask you something important. When was the last time your home truly gave you peace instead of pressure? You see, many of us spend years carefully organizing, cleaning, and rearranging things around our homes. But somehow, no matter how much we tidy up, that peaceful feeling never fully arrives. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Sometimes, what we need is not better organization. Sometimes, what we really need is permission to let go. And that's exactly what we are going to talk about today. In this video, we are going to explore 12 things that you might be holding on to, things you've probably been organizing and reorganizing for years. But the truth is, these items may be doing more harm than good, and letting go of them might be the most loving thing you can do for yourself right now. Now, I want you to stay with me until the very end, because we are not just going through a checklist. We are going on a journey, one that can help you reclaim your space, your energy, and maybe even a part of yourself you forgot was there. This is not just about stuff. This is about freedom, peace, and making room for joy in the chapter of life you're living right now. So take a breath. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're exactly where you need to be. And I am so glad you're here. Let's begin. 1. The extra mugs that hold more than just coffee. Let me ask you this. How many coffee mugs do you actually use in a day? Maybe 1, maybe 2 if you enjoy an afternoon tea. But open your kitchen cabinet and you might find 10, 15, or even more. Each one with a story. The world's best grandma mug from a Mother's Day years ago. The souvenir mug from that trip to Niagara Falls. The one your grandchild painted for you at a ceramics class. They're sweet, they're meaningful, and they've all taken up permanent residence on your shelf. But here's something we don't always consider. Every time we open that cabinet, we are making tiny decisions. What to use, what to move aside, what not to knock over. That clutter, as small as it seems, adds weight to your day. And often, these mugs represent something deeper. They hold not just coffee, but emotion, guilt, nostalgia, memories of a time that has passed. This is not about tossing memories in the trash. This is about choosing what actively supports your life today. What if you chose 3 mugs that you truly love? Ones that feel good in your hand, bring a smile to your face, and fit your life now. And what if the rest could go on to serve someone else instead of sitting unused in your cupboard? Letting go of extra mugs isn't about losing something. It's about gaining space, clarity, and the joy of simplicity. Sometimes, peace starts with the smallest drawer. 2. Memorabilia. You've packed away and forgotten. Somewhere in the back of a closet or tucked in an old trunk, there's probably a box filled with pieces of your life. Old birthday cards from friends who've come and gone, a corsage from a wedding, movie tickets from that night you laughed so hard your cheeks hurt, letters, photographs, a program from your child's school play. Each item once meant something deeply personal, and yet now they sit in the dark, untouched for years. We hold on because we think, these things are my memories. But here's the gentle truth. Your memories are in you, not in the items. You lived them. They shaped you. And they are still a part of you, whether or not you keep the physical reminder. This doesn't mean you have to throw everything away. But what if you chose only the things that still stir something real inside you today? What if you let go of the rest without guilt? One beautiful idea is to take photos of your memorabilia. Create a digital album, or even a memory book. That way, you preserve the story without keeping the clutter. What you're really doing here is making space, not just in your home, but in your heart. Letting go of the past in physical form allows you to more fully live in the present. And the truth is, there's still so much life ahead of you. Make room for it. 3. Outdated technology that no longer serves you. We all have it. That drawer full of cords you're afraid to throw out because you're not quite sure what they belong to. An old flip phone from 20 years ago. A digital camera that stopped working but felt too expensive to toss. Maybe even a dusty printer or fax machine tucked into a corner, just in case. Technology changes fast, and what once felt like a prized possession quickly becomes an artifact. But we don't let it go. Why? Because we remember how much it cost. Or we tell ourselves we'll figure out how to use it again. Or maybe it just sits there because it's easier not to decide. But those outdated gadgets are taking up more than physical space. They remind us of unfinished business, of money spent, of tasks delayed. And the longer they sit, the heavier they feel. Here's a thought. What if you took just 30 minutes to gather those unused devices? Recycle what's broken. Donate what still works. And most importantly, release yourself from the mental clutter they carry. Because here's the thing. You're not living in the past. You're living now. And your space should reflect that. You deserve a home that feels current, useful, and supportive. Not one that's held hostage by electronics that haven't been touched in years. Free up that space and notice how much lighter your home and your spirit feels. 4. Glasses that no longer help you see. You probably have a few old pairs of glasses tucked away in drawers or on shelves, some with outdated prescriptions, others with scratches or bent frames. Maybe they were your favorites once. Maybe you're keeping them just in case. But the truth is, those old glasses aren't doing you any favors anymore. What we don't always realize is that keeping outdated glasses can feel like holding on to an old version of ourselves. A version that no longer fits where we are now. Your eyes have changed. Your needs have changed. You deserve clarity, not just in how you see the world, but in how your space serves you. Go ahead and gather all the glasses and sunglasses that no longer serve your vision or your style. Try each pair on. Ask yourself, do they help me today? Do they make me feel good when I wear them? If not, it's time to let them go. Many optical shops and charities even accept old glasses as donations, passing them on to someone who truly needs them. Decluttering your eyewear collection is more than cleaning out a drawer. It's a small act of care, a way of saying, I honor where I am right now. Because today's you deserves to see clearly, in every sense of the word. 5. Books you keep meaning to read. Take a walk around your home and glance at your bookshelves. How many of those books have you actually read? And how many are simply sitting there waiting, sometimes for months, sometimes for years, for someday to come? Books are beautiful. They're full of stories, knowledge, and inspiration. But they can also quietly become clutter when they represent guilt or unfinished intentions. Every time you pass by them, you might feel a small twinge. I should read that. I meant to start that one last winter. I never finished that series. But here's a gentle reminder. Your worth is not measured by the number of books you finished. You're allowed to release what no longer excites or serves you. If a book hasn't spoken to you by now, it might not be the right fit anymore. And that's okay. Take a moment to sort through your unread collection. Keep only the ones you're genuinely excited to read now, not someday. Donate the rest to your local library, a senior center, or a friend who might find joy in them. Letting go of unread books makes space for discovery, new stories, new ideas, and a home filled with only what brings you light. Remember, you're not giving up on knowledge. You're giving yourself permission to move forward with freedom. 6. Too many sheets and towels. Too little peace. Linen closets are often the secret clutter spots in our homes. We open the door and, there they are, piles of mismatched sheets, towels we haven't used in years, pillowcases that don't belong to any set. And yet, we keep them. Just in case. For guests. For laundry emergencies. For reasons we can't quite name. But how many do you really need? A good rule of thumb is 2 sets of sheets per bed, and maybe 2 or 3 towels per person. The rest? They're simply filling space that could be better used, or left empty, so you can breathe a little easier. Think about the feeling you get when you open a neatly folded, uncluttered linen closet. It's calming. It's peaceful. It feels like a fresh start. That's what you deserve, not the stress of rummaging through clutter to find what you need. Start by removing everything from your linen closet. Touch each item. If it's threadbare, stained, or hasn't been used in the past year, it's time to let it go. Keep what feels good on your skin and fits the space you live in now. You can donate old towels and sheets to animal shelters or organizations that reuse textiles. This isn't just about organizing linens. It's about giving yourself the gift of order, ease, and comfort. Your home should feel like a sanctuary. And sometimes, that begins with something as simple as a clean shelf. 7. Handbags that no longer carry your story. Handbags are deeply personal. We carry them with us, fill them with our essentials, and sometimes with pieces of our identity. Over time, though, they start to accumulate, lining shelves, tucked in closets, stored in boxes. Some are worn out. Some never quite matched our style. Others were gifts we accepted with a smile, even if they were never really us. We often keep them because of what they represented. A memory, a season of life, a version of ourselves we once were or hoped to be. But just like we update our wardrobes and our routines, it's also okay to update what we carry with us. Ask yourself, how many of these bags do I actually use? How many bring me comfort, functionality, and joy? If the answer is 1 or 2, then perhaps the rest are ready to move on. When you let go of a handbag that no longer suits your life, you're not letting go of the memory. You're simply freeing yourself from carrying what no longer fits your present story. Choose the ones that serve you now, practical, beautiful, and easy to reach for when you head out the door. Donate the rest to someone who may need it more than you do. There is grace in releasing what once served us well, and power in choosing what supports us today. 8. Duplicate kitchen gadgets that clutter more than they help. Open your kitchen drawers and take a good look. How many tools and gadgets are in there that you haven't touched in months, maybe even years? A second garlic press, a third peeler, that avocado slicer you thought would change your life. And let's not forget the popcorn maker that saw glory for one movie night, and then never again. We collect kitchen gadgets with the best intentions. We see them as tools for creativity, health, or convenience. But when they start piling up and cluttering our space, they actually do the opposite. They make cooking feel frustrating, chaotic, and overwhelming. The truth is, most meals are made with just a few essentials. The tools you use regularly already serve you well. The rest? They're distractions, noise in your drawers, items that make it harder to find what really matters. What if your kitchen felt open, breathable, and joyful again? What if each drawer held only items you actually love to use? Decluttering your kitchen gadgets doesn't mean you're giving up on culinary adventure. It means you're making room for joy and simplicity in the everyday. Pick a day this week. Open every drawer. If something hasn't been used in the past year, ask yourself why. Keep what earns its place in your daily life, and let the rest find a new home. Cooking is more than a task. It's a ritual. Make space for it to feel good again. 9. Piles of old magazines and newspapers that you'll get to someday. It starts with one magazine, then a stack. Then suddenly there's a pile on the nightstand, another under the coffee table, and a few more in the hallway. You kept them because of that recipe you meant to try, the article that caught your eye, or the beautiful cover you couldn't throw away. But here's the gentle truth. If weeks, months, or even years have passed and you still haven't read them, they're no longer resources. They've become clutter, quiet, dusty reminders of what you thought you'd do. but didn't. We hold on to paper because it feels important, tangible. But in this digital age, nearly every piece of content is available online. You're not losing information when you recycle an old magazine. You are gaining peace of mind. Let go of the guilt. You don't need to catch up. You're allowed to say, "I missed it," and move on. Choose a quiet afternoon. Sit with the stack. Keep only what still speaks to you today. Recycle the rest. And when you're done, take a breath and enjoy the fresh, clear space you've created. Your time and attention are precious. Let your environment reflect that. A tidy surface is not just pleasing to the eye, it's calming to the soul. 10 broken jewelry. That's still holding on. Take a slow breath and open that little box, drawer, or pouch where you've been storing old jewelry. Maybe it's tucked away in your bedroom dresser or resting quietly in a velvet-lined box. You open it and find a gold chain with a broken clasp, a ring missing its stone, or a pair of earrings, only one of which remains. Some of these items haven't been worn in decades, and yet you've kept them all these years. Why? Because jewelry is rarely just metal and stones. It's emotion. It's memory. It's a chapter in your life that once sparkled brightly. That ring? It might remind you of your younger self, the one who danced until midnight. That tangled bracelet? Maybe it came from someone you loved deeply. Letting go of them feels like letting go of part of yourself or someone else. And so, you tuck them away, telling yourself, "I'll fix this one day." But somehow, that day never comes. Here's the gentle truth. When something has sat broken and unused for 10 years, it's no longer a piece of jewelry. It's a silent weight, not just on your shelf, but on your heart. Every time you see it, it brings a flicker of unresolved feeling, and you deserve to be free of that kind of emotional clutter. Take time this week to go through your collection. Hold each item. Ask yourself, does this bring me joy now? Is this worth repairing? If so, maybe this is the season to finally have it fixed. If not, consider letting it go, with love, not guilt. Take a photo to remember it. Write a small note about its story if it helps you release it. Some items may be recycled or repurposed. Others might be passed on, perhaps to a grandchild or friend who would cherish them in a new way. You're not throwing away memories. You're choosing peace over sentimentality. You're honoring your past while making room for your present. Because your life, your beautiful ongoing story, deserves space to shine today. 11. Expired beauty products that lost their sparkle. Let's walk into the bathroom. Open the drawers, the cabinet under the sink, maybe even the tray sitting atop your vanity. What do you see? Half-used moisturizers, lipsticks from years ago in shades you don't wear anymore, foundations that have separated in their bottles, a perfume bottle you once loved but haven't touched in 5 years, and maybe a jar of eye cream that cost a fortune and never quite worked the way you hoped it would. Sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. We all do it. We hold on to beauty products because of the money we spent, the hope they once held, or the belief that someday we'll use them. But deep down, we know they've passed their prime. And truth be told, they might even be doing more harm than good. Expired products can cause irritation, breakouts, allergic reactions, or simply not work at all. But beyond the physical risks, there's an emotional cost. Every time you reach for that old cream, there's a subtle message, "This will have to do. Maybe later I'll be worth replacing this." But dear friend, you are not a maybe later kind of person. You are worthy of care, comfort, and quality. Today, your beauty routine, no matter how simple, is not just about how you look. It's about how you feel. It's about standing in front of the mirror and saying, "I still matter. I am still here. I am still beautiful." And you deserve products that reflect that truth. So give yourself an afternoon. Go through each item. Check expiration dates. Smell the lotions. Try on the lipsticks. If something feels old, wrong, or simply not you anymore, let it go. Toss it, guilt-free. And if there's room in your budget, buy yourself one new item. Just one. Something small but lovely. Something that feels like a gift to your current self, not a leftover from the past. Because you're not just cleaning out a drawer, you're reclaiming your sense of worth, your presence, your glow. And that is the kind of beauty that never expires. 12. Clothes you're saving for someday. There's something deeply personal about the contents of our closets. Behind those hangers and folded drawers are stories. Some we tell with pride, others we quietly avoid. Clothes are never just clothes. They represent seasons of life, people we used to be, goals we once set, and sometimes identities we're still trying to reconcile. You know the pieces I'm talking about. The jeans you wore when you were 10 pounds lighter? The blouse from a wedding in the late 90s that still holds the scent of that night. The business suit from when you were working full-time, even though you've long since retired. And maybe the dress you've been saving for just in case an occasion comes up, but hasn't. We keep these clothes for many reasons. Hope, sentiment, guilt. But each time we open the closet and see them, we're reminded of what we used to be, or what we think we should be. And that can quietly chip away at our confidence and our peace. But here's a powerful truth. You are not a past version of yourself. You are not a number on a scale. You are not defined by whether or not a certain dress still fits. You are you, today. And that woman, wise, strong, and beautifully evolving, deserves a closet that reflects her life now. Imagine opening your wardrobe and finding only clothes that fit well, feel good, and make getting dressed in the morning a joy. No guilt, no maybe someday, just comfort, ease, and confidence. This week, take time to go piece by piece. Be honest with yourself. Do I wear this? Do I feel good in it? Does it support the life I live now? If not, consider letting it go. Pass it on to someone who could use it today. Free that space. And feel how much lighter your mornings become. Because dressing yourself should never be a chore. It should be a daily act of self-respect. Your body has carried you through decades of living, loving, learning. It deserves clothes that celebrate it, not judge it. Letting go of someday clothes is not giving up. It's choosing to live fully, beautifully, and unapologetically today. What letting go really means. If you've stayed with me all the way through this video, first, I want to thank you. Not just for watching, but for showing up for yourself. Because this wasn't just a list of things to toss or tidy. This was a quiet, honest journey into what it means to let go, with grace, with courage, and with compassion for your own story. You see, we often think of decluttering as a chore, a task to get through, something we should do when we have time, or when the mess gets too big to ignore. But what if letting go isn't about tidying at all? What if it's about coming home, to yourself? When we release what no longer serves us, whether it's a broken bracelet, a stack of unread magazines, or the jeans that used to fit, we make space, not just in our drawers, but in our hearts. We make space for stillness, for ease, for joy. We create a home that feels like it's ours again, not a storage unit for the past or a museum of who we used to be. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean giving up. It means honoring the season you're in right now. It means trusting that who you are today is enough, and more than enough. You've lived, loved, lost, laughed, raised families, built careers, carried responsibilities no one saw. And now is the time to release the weight you don't need to carry anymore. Because less isn't just less. Less is freedom. Less is clarity. Less is room for what truly matters now, not someday, not eventually, but today. And I want you to know, you are not alone in this. Thousands of women, just like you, are on this same path, reimagining their homes, redefining their priorities, reclaiming their peace. Not because it's trendy, but because it's time. So here's what I'd love you to do next. Take a quiet moment. Today, not next week. Sit in your favorite chair with a cup of something warm and ask yourself, what am I ready to release? What no longer serves the woman I am today? Then choose just one thing, one drawer, one item, one tiny step. That's all. And let that be the beginning, because small steps lead to big shifts. Take care, beautiful soul. I'll see you in the next video.